Good evening and welcome to the 50th Annual Academy Awards. Now presented the award for Key Technological or Scientific Development or Invention of World War II, Miss Liberty Bell.
Our nominees for this category have been judged based on the following three specific criteria. Most significant impact on the people of the world as a whole, the greatest breakthrough in the field of science and technology, and the most influential innovation affecting the outcome of World War II. And the nominees are...
Penicillin is the most widely used antibiotic of all time and has saved numerous lives since its first use on a major scale during World War II. It was the first antibiotic used successfully to treat serious disease and infections in human beings. Sir Alexander Fleming, a British scientist, discovered penicillin in 1928. Since its discovery, penicillin has played a major role in treating pneumonia, rheumatic fever, scarlet fever, and other diseases. With World War II came the exposure of American soldiers to questionable sanitary and healthcare conditions, increasing the risk of death from injury. Realizing the strategic advantage in possessing the world's first antibiotic, the U.S. and British forces joined to produce mass amounts of penicillin and treat thousands of Allied troops wounded in the D-Day invasion of Europe. The Committee on Military Research recruited several commercial companies to continue producing the drug, and by April 1945, with the help of war-motivated industries, production increased dramatically. At this point, penicillin was made available beyond the military to the general public. Without a war at hand, penicillin may not have been developed or produced as quickly as it was during World War II.
The atomic bomb was first imagined by scientists like German-born scientist Albert Einstein, who in 1938 informed American President Roosevelt about the possibility of such a bomb, with the fear that the Germans would develop it first to use against the U.S. In 1942, the United States set up a top-secret program, which they called the Manhattan Project, in order to develop the bomb. It was thought that by splitting an atom, a very large, extremely powerful explosion would be produced with the ability to reach for miles. With the death of the President Roosevelt in April 1945, Vice President Truman was given the chance to lead the country. At the Potsdam Conference in July of 1945, Truman met with Churchill and Stalin shortly after Germany's defeat to discuss the progress of the Manhattan Project, which had its first and successful atomic bomb test in the New Mexico desert in the same month. The atomic bomb gave the Allies the chance to corner Japan into an unconditional surrender. The United States, United Kingdom, and China issued a statement threatening to destroy Japan unless it surrendered unconditionally, and in spite of that warning, Japan continued the fight. It was decided that on August 6, 1945, an American B-29 bomber, the Enola Gay, would drop the first atomic bomb used in warfare on the Japanese city of Hiroshima. The explosion killed an estimated 70,000 to 100,000 people and destroyed as far as 5 square miles. Even with these staggering numbers in casualties and damages, the Japanese failed to respond. The second and larger atomic bomb was then dropped on the city of Nagasaki on August 9th, killing about 40,000 people, and thousands more died later of injuries and radiation diseases from both bombs. The lasting impacts and further scientific advancements that the atomic bombs led to have given them their rightful place as one of the most significant technological and scientific developments of their time.
The radar was invaluable to military officials during the war, enabling them to detect enemy attacks, leading to preventative measures and more complex and planned war tactics than had ever been used without this technology. Scientists were well on their way to improving this type of technology, and both American and British experts collaborated on the best way to achieve a radar with a special kind of vacuum tube called a magnetron. In doing so, the radar would be able to generate pulses of microwave energy at an extremely high level of power. After the vacuum was perfected, the British let the Americans take it from there, and in 1940 the modern radar finally started to take shape. Short radio waves with frequencies of more than 1,000 megahertz, or microwaves, are concentrated into a narrow beam, without the use of an antenna, making it possible for these radars to be installed into mobile ground stations, aircrafts, and patrol boats. American science was getting more advanced, and even before the war was ended, came up with a way to make enemy radars less effective, though the Germans had also developed a similar mechanism by the time it was put into use. Metal strips called Schafe were dropped on bombing missions and reflected radio signals like a radar target. Once the bombers filled the air with many of these strips, the enemy radar operators had difficulty recognizing echoes from the planes, making this small detail in fact a major scientific development.
Envelope, please. The winner is the atomic bomb. Woo!
Yeah!
Woo!
Yoink!
No speech? Okay. Well, anyway, that about wraps it up for us here at the 50th Annual Academy Awards Show of World War II. Thank you so much for tuning in and have a great night.
Whoa. Is this the bodybuilders convention? Oh, because I thought this was the prep area.
For
For these bad boys. That's 6. So this isn't the convention?
no.
Oh, it's a push.
Okay. What should I say?
Just say,
In like all beautiful, be like, and presenting the award tonight is
yeah.
Estado Unido.
I ate her head. Look it. She doesn't have a head because I ate it.
Okay, go over there.
Oh!